This is a film showing sightings of Dall sheep along the Firth River in the Yukon's Arctic region. As we rounded a bend on the Firth River, a flock of Dall sheep was spied up on a steep cliff ahead. We eddied out and climbed up higher to better see the sheep. The cliff where the sheep were moving about on was impressively steep with lots of loose rocks. In May and early June, pregnant ewes head for the steep cliffs of the lambing grounds. After they have had their lambs, the ewes and their lambs join together to form nursery groups. After 3 or 4 weeks, when all the ewes have lambed, the sheep move towards their summer range higher up in the alpine regions as the snow melts and the green shoots sprout. As it was late spring, the ewes were still shedding their warm winter fur coats, which can be over 2 inches or 5 centimeters thick. During the gold rush years, sheep populations were nearly wiped out from the demand for their meat to feed the new settlements. Later, road crews building highways also greatly decreased the number of sheep. Today, sheep numbers have recovered through protection and management considerations, although not to their original numbers. With their remarkable muscle tone, balance, and coordination, Dall sheep demonstrate how well they have adapted to living on rock faces as they frolic and cavort about in situations humans try to avoid. Often it will take a human significantly longer to cover a vertical climb that it only took a few seconds for the sheep to scale. Dall sheep are remarkably strong and have endurance that allows them the energy and stamina to evade predators such as wolves and bears on the uneven ground and precarious mountain slopes they call home. Young lambs are a popular target for migrating golden eagles arriving in the spring season from their overwinter habitats, so sheep must be watching in all directions for potential dangers that could impact them or their offspring. Before the ewes laid down to rest for a while, they used their hooves to clear off any loose rocks that would stick into them when they laid down. Fortunately for them, Dall sheep have superior eyesight for distance and low light level conditions. They have horizontal pupils that help them to see panoramically to detect predators that could approach them from any direction. They also need to be able to see forward clearly so that they can run over the rough terrain. They have excellent peripheral vision and can even see behind themselves without having to turn their heads due to where their eyes are located on their skull. Occasionally, the sheep would trigger a rock slide as they moved across the cliffside. However, this didn't appear to faze them in any way. Unlike caribou, which drop their antlers annually, Dall sheep have one set of horns from shortly after birth that continue to grow over their lifespan, which averages 14 years. Males have thick horns that grow larger and spiral with age, while female horns remain small and slender. Surveying the British mountains, we could see a group of sheep grazing in their summer range high up in Alpine Valley. Seeing the sheep up the valley wasn't unusual, but what was the sight of a large grizzly climbing up the valley towards them. The grizzly easily climbed up and crossed a large snowfield. As the sheep could see the grizzly, they weren't overly concerned and just moved out of the bear's reach. We were fortunate to get a close-up view of the beautiful Dall sheep in the British mountains.
Take me somewhere nice, to some tired island in your heart called paradise.
If you enjoyed this film, please subscribe and like. There are many more similar films available on my channel.